All right. Welcome, everyone, to our event celebrating the International Science Week. I'm your host, Raresh Nog, but you can call me by my middle name, George. Diana.
I am your other host. My name is Diana. I participated as a contestant for XEO Academy last year, if some of you remember me.
Yes, I was there last year.
Yes, I know. Okay.
Ciprian.
Hello, my name is Ciprian.
His name is
I
Ciprian.
welcome you.
So we're really curious what you managed to do for this meeting, and if anyone would like to present it.
Yeah, I would present it. So would give me access.
Hold on. Allowed to.
There will be two presenters. One will be presenting the PPT and one will be presenting the.
May I interrupt 1 minute?
Uh,
My teacher says she's trying to join. She's in the waiting room.
Oh, there she is.
Excuse me, even I'll need to be made a host. Oh, allowed to screen share because.
Okay, I will do that. Sure.
Yeah.
Just 1 second. Go. Can share off.
Yeah, so
Can you share your
should I
screen?
Start sharing. Yeah, should I start sharing now?
You can start it. Sure. Let's test it. It should work. There it is. So you said you have two presenters, and what you're one of them, and the other one does what?
Aditya Kamath.
Aditya Kamath.
Okay. So you've presented you're doing a presentation about about Iris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Rishabh, we can start.
Please.
Yes. All right. So namaste from India and bună ziua from Romania. We are a bunch of young enthusiastic students with diverse backgrounds who've come together to present our innovative idea for Science Week. Today, we do not have sufficient data on how many people have non-communicable diseases and conditions that are developed early in childhood. For example, blood pressure, diabetes, scoliosis, and many more. Hence, policymakers are unable to design programs which are efficient and effective for early detection and prevention. For this, we need to be diagnosed as early as possible at schools, colleges, corporate organizations, etc. But we do not have enough technicians to execute this, and the cost is also prohibitive. For this, we have come up with a bot that can solve this problem. This will be explained later on during the presentation. Our bot will mainly enable bureaucrats to identify the right group of population and address their needs and ailments more effectively and efficiently by designing policies around it.
For this, we need to be diagnosed as early as possible at schools, colleges, and corporate organizations, etc. But we do not have enough technicians to execute this, and the cost is prohibitive. Non-communicable diseases are also termed chronic diseases. NCDs are collectively responsible for 71% of all deaths worldwide. Almost 3/4 of all NCDs deaths and 82% of 16 million people who died prematurely or before reaching 70 years of age occurred in low and middle income countries. NCDs also 48% of the healthy life years lost worldwide. More than 40% of Indian population surveyed was unaware that they had been suffering from NCD for over 3 years. The battle against NCDs is half won if symptoms are detected early.
Why we chose the topic. Our team brainstormed and came up with a number of ideas for robots we wanted to build. A little inside talk about that would be we spent a long time. The idea that both teams liked the best was building a robot that could detect non communicable diseases or NCDs in early childhood. We chose to build this bot because it can check for basic NCDs and transmit this data via on a centralized cloud base and upload this data on an EHR that can be used in a hospital, and the person can get the correct treatment for the diagnosis that our bot has given. This will ensure that everyone is given an early and timely diagnosis. The speed of delivery is very high, and there will be a consistency in data collection. This bot in the future would be the way for early diagnosis of non-communicable diseases.
Where to implement this robot? Iris could be implemented in hospitals, colleges and medical residencies, medical cabinets in schools, medical cabinets for athletes, research, medical cabinets from rural areas, other areas related to medicine such as biology, pharmacy, and chemistry, etc.
What does this robot offer? This robot is different from the other types that are current on the market because it has rapid diagnosis. It performs several analyses simultaneously. It will help people from rural areas get some accurate analysis 2 times a year so they could know the status of their health. Multi-level analysis will lead to an accurate diagnosis and high precision because all the processes are done by a robot that will be supervised by a person.
Working. The bot contains an infrared scanner and uses this to detect where the veins are located so that it can pierce and take blood samples with precision. As said before, a person will be proceeding over the operation. Also, a person will be seeing if the blood needle inserts well.
It also has an X-ray machine included. This will take an X-ray of the entire body to check for any problems with the bones, for example, scoliosis.
A robotic arm is connected to the side of a bed-like structure, which pierces the vein at the right spot via information sent from the scanner built in.
That was great.
Yeah, and now we have Aditya sharing the 3D model of the robot.
Okay.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes. Okay, so basically, this is like, we thought of it more like a reverse MRI, as in the bed that the person is staying on doesn't move inside the scanner. That little archway that you see, it moves along the sides of the bed, up and down, to scan the whole body. Mainly, it scans the hand for the veins that it needs to puncture to take the blood tests. It also uses X-ray to try to find any bone problems, as our colleague said, for example, scoliosis.
The robotic arm is put on the side of the bed and it is also connected to the scanner. After the scanner scans the whole body, it will transfer the information to the arm and the arm will go to the best vein and pierce it. After the blood is extracted, the needle is changed and the blood starts being examined. The arm is really mobile too. Anything else?
Yeah, just that the needle goes the needle can be moved and the robotic arm moves sideways.
Yes,
The arm
it's
basically can
mobile.
move sideways, can move a little bit up, a little bit down. It can go from where it is to the other side of the bed, like it can scratch.
It can pierce to the vein and collect blood, is what you want to say, is it right?
No, like if it is on the vein is on the left arm, it can go there. But if the vein is on the right arm, it can also go there. Like
Oh, so it can go from
both
one
sides.
side to another. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so is that all?
Yeah,
that you
that's
wanted
it.
to say?
Yeah, Aditya, you
Okay.
can stop sharing it.
Thank you for your presentation.
Could you keep the 3D model on the screen a little?
Yeah, sure.
So I like your idea a lot, and if I understand correctly, you want people to be diagnosed if they have a sorry, an NDC is what we call a
Non-communicable disease, NCD.
NCD. Okay. Could you define what an NCD is for me?
So an NCD is a disease that a person gets. It can be genetically or it can be through environment, but it won't be like from one person to another with communication or anything like that, touching each other, something like that. It won't get transferred. So if it's in one person, it stays in that person. It doesn't go to anyone else.
It happens either because of it is inherited genetically or because of the lifestyle the person leads.
Okay, so please go on.
So an NCD is NCD is something like, you know, arthritis and all. It's not communicable. So suppose you're next to someone and suppose you cough, you know, during this COVID-19 pandemic, we're all about social distancing and all, because this virus is communicable. Diseases such as, not diseases, but like a condition such as arthritis and Alzheimer's, it's not communicable. Not by standing next to a person, another person can get it.
Okay, and your initiative is to make sure that everyone can be sure that they don't have or be informed if they have such a disease. Because if they go on in life without knowing about it, it could cause really big problems. So they need treatment as early as possible.
Yeah, that's right. It's basically a warning bell to let you know that you may have this, and it tells you, you know, consult a doctor for further diagnosis.
And you expect
And it will be once a year in every school for free.
Okay, so you want it to be in school again.
So it's like the tests that some schools do, like the ones for like your vision, and when you go to the dentist at school, we have that in our country.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
but this robot will be in every school, and every student will go once a year to it. And at the beginning of the year, every student will be given a date and probably an hour when he will go.
So this machine scans both your bones and where your veins are, so that the little needle can pierce and take blood samples. Am I right?
Yes. And if you have a problem or disease that can be recognized with the blood, it will recognize it and send you an email like you are good or you have this, and might have this.
Yes, so it's
so the email will be used for future references. So whenever like in the future a doctor asks for the report of your status, like did you have any medical history or something like that, so it can be used for that as well. And yeah, the email is for that, and the wellness of the...
Okay, so the email will be something like a PDF which is recognized by hospitals in internationally, or
yes,
anyway.
you will have like a profile where you can see your past tests. Like
kind of like a database.
How your
yes, a database kind of.
And how your maybe disease or your health improved or evolved over the years.
And it'll also basically be an electronic health record that's uploaded to a cloud-based database that can be accessed. for further reference. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe so if you go to a hospital and you've done one of these tests before, the hospital can, oh yeah, I see you have a test here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great idea. I really like yours because I do know some people who have such diseases such as diabetes, and I know someone who has gone through cancer. And the thing is, for cancer especially, it's crucial that you start treating yourself as early as possible before the bacteria spreads. Not to mention diabetes, which you're not aware of it, and you eat foods or substances that you're not allowed to, you can throw up, you can maybe even die. So
Yeah,
being
so
aware
about
of something like that is very important.
Yeah.
yeah, more on the diabetes part. So even if you're a pre-diabetic, the machine can tell you that, and then you can prevent it from becoming a diabetic. So if you're diagnosed when you're a pre-diabetic, that might help you. Or even if you're on the higher side of the spectrum on blood pressure, it might help you prevent a high BP. So you don't need to take medicines. Another reason for NCDs is because of lifestyles and habits. So, and another one is obesity, and that happens if you eat a lot of junk. And if we can get people to know this in schools, then people get aware about it, then we can bring down the amount of deaths which happen due to NCDs.
Good idea, and I think it can really prevent stuff from happening. Like it warns you from a younger age, and that would be important to have in schools because our health is obviously a very, very important. Well, I think everything about your project is pretty clear to us. Maybe some questions about how you divided your tasks and how
we came all on Google Meet and talked about a little bit of the idea. We expanded a little bit, and we all agreed on something. And then we divided on two separate teams. One that made the design for the robot and how it will work, and one that did the PowerPoint, the other part.
Okay.
And we met both teams and start talking again and change stuff that we didn't like as a whole team.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's really good organization. And did you have what was your biggest difficulty in working for this?
The biggest difficulty, I think, was the visualization of the bot, because different people had different ideas, and to then get that onto a CAD model, that was kind of tough because people were drawing on paint, people were drawing on their books. So to make it from a 2D model to a 3D model and describe all the schematics, it was a bit difficult because there was a bit of confusion in that. So then to finally narrow down to a design and finally build it on CAD, that was a bit of a challenge.
Okay, but you overcame it, and I see it turned out very nicely.
To be honest, I think
thank you.
We got along very well, and our partners were extraordinary people. And where we couldn't decide on something, we made a poll, so we don't argue about it.
Okay.
Came over our difficulties very easily.
That's great democracy.
Yeah, even the name. So we had 2-3 polls for the name because there was a bit of confusion on the name.
Okay, I'm curious. What were the other ideas for the name?
So
one idea for the name was RIB, and it stands for Romanian Indian Bot.
Then the other one was
That was my idea.
Yeah, then the other one was a Scott, that was Scanner Bot.
One of
the
them
other one
was
Lebotomax. Basically, those guys who do blood tests, and then we just started Max to it, so it became Plebotomac. But
Okay.
Okay, that's really
The
funny.
other,
Yeah,
the other
I
name
agree.
was-
Iris being the best name, even though Rib is really funny.
Yeah. So
Iris
Iris
is
is
catchy.
catchy.
It's easy
Yeah.
to remember.
It looks very
The only
futuristic.
downside to it might be that if you go to your mother and say, "Mom, I did an iris test today," she would probably ask you, "Did they check your eyes?"
Yeah.
But it's a great acronym and it's catchy. And I think if you were to present it to an officiality, a person in charge of some, I don't know, medical department or education department, it really catch the eye, and they really would be interested in your idea.
Yeah, the other name we came up was with InnovScan. So we took a bit of that into our final name. So it's Indian Romanian Innovative Scanner. So the short form was InnovScan. So then we just put it in, but we made it bigger because then an abbreviation is an
InnoScan
abbreviation.
comes from Innovative Scan, and at first we decided on it, but then we thought that Iris was still the best one.
Those are great.
We also thought about Baymax, and we were then concerned about the copyright thing from Disney and all that. So then we had to completely scrap it out.
That's a great name, Baymax. Hold on, I forgot what Baymax is.
Yeah, and also one thing, as you said, Iris could be related to Chai. The idea which we had of a rib. So once you say rib test, that doesn't sound that great, right?
Now that you say, it really does remind me of Baymax. Okay.
Okay. So overall, what did you think of this project? How did you enjoy working with each other, making friends?
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes, it was a really cool experience.
Yeah, and overall, it was a really great experience getting to know so
It
many
was
people
an
and
awesome
collaborating
one.
with them.
If
Really
we
nice.
have a lot of time, it was a great experience, and we managed to make something great out of it.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Okay, I'm
And it
glad
was-
then.
It
I'm
was
go
actually
great
ahead.
super
talking
excited
to.
that you managed to do all this. It looks really cool, and the idea is extremely awesome.
As we come to the end of today's event, I would like to thank Team Zio for organizing this wonderful event, and at Zio Academy for pairing up with us at the last moment. Thank you for giving us the extension too, because I think the past 2-3 days we really worked hard, and I think the result was very good, because I hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much.
Varun, I'm blushing. The moment you said thank you to Team Zio, I was like, oh, he said it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Varun.
we're very happy you enjoyed this working on this project, and we hope to see you again next year, maybe. And
Yes, we look forward to it.
okay, us too. We do look forward to it every year, and we'll try to improve our event. And maybe there will be more teams, and you'll meet with more teams, and we shall see. Thank you again for your presentation.